Hey everybody, Matumbo here. Welcome back. We are playing some more Historic on Magic Arena, and today we have a really fun deck. I've seen this a couple times, whether it be on the MTG Goldfish website. They did a deck tech a few weeks ago on it back in the day, and then also saw a couple of other content creators make a deck again with this a few weeks back. But I wanted to do my take on this and see what we could do with it and see if we could just make this work a lot faster than other people are playing, especially since we're playing it in Historic and not in Standard. So before we get into the deck, I do want to remind you guys to please hit that subscribe button, please hit that like button, please leave a comment down below and hit that bell icon to be notified when all of our videos go live. So let's just hop into this deck. This deck is a lot of fun. I've been playing it in Standard for a little while, so why not Historic? We are calling it Goat Storm. Why? Because we are playing this crazy bird goat called Stormwild Capridor. It is a bird goat. It has Storm in the name. We also have another card with Storm in its name, so Goat Storm. So this is a 3-mana 1/3. With flying, and if non-combat damage would be dealt to it, we're going to prevent that damage, and we're going to put that many +1/+1 counters on it. So ideally what we want to do is we want to drop a Marauding Raptor on turn 2, and this is a 2-mana 2/3. It's going to make our creatures cost 1 less, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield, this creature is going to deal 2 damage to that creature. And then if a dinosaur is dealt damage this way, this raptor is going to get +2/+0. That part's really irrelevant. It's just the damage part. So we're going to do this on turn 2. And then on turn 3, we're going to pay 2 mana since the cost reduction. And we're going to play this goat. It's going to come into play. It's going to immediately take 2 damage, which is going to get prevented. And it's going to become a 3/5. So that's really good. So, and then basically once we get one of these Stormwild Capridors in play, we're just trying to start wiping the board with mass damage spells or targeted damage spells that will also remove our opponent's creatures from the board. So what do we have to do that? We have, first off, let's just cover God's Willing. God's Willing, target creature you get gets protection from the color of your choice till end of turn, and you get to scry. So this is really good in decks if we're playing against a deck that has bounce or black for targeted removal. This is going to come into play to save our Capridor from actually dying. We don't really have to worry about red decks with burn, because again, the Stormwild Capridor is going to prevent non-combat damage and put counters on it. So we don't care if they try to burn our creature. Don't really care. So in regards to burn, targeted removal, and whatnot, and just ways to pump our Capridor, we have Reckless Rage, 1 mana, deal 4 damage to a creature we don't control, and then 2 damage to a target creature we do control. So obviously we're going to deal 4 damage to their creature, 2 damage to our Capricorn, and we're just going to grow it. We have Deafening Clarion. This is really good. This is going to deal 3 damage to every creature, and then we can also give lifelink until end of turn. So this essentially would make our Capridor a 4/6. And then with lifelink, we get in, clear the path, just get in. Storm's Wrath, again, another card with Storm in its title, hence the Storm part of the Goat Storm, is Storm's Wrath, deal 4 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. This is going to really grow the Stormwild Capridor. Solar Blaze, this could be used after we do something crazy like one of these other removal spells. We can, each creature deals damage to itself equal to its power in the form of Solar Blaze for 4 mana. So that could just really put the game on lockdown. And then we have some pretty crazy cards to close this out. So we have more Ironcrag feats, and we're adding this to the deck because we're kind of taking yesterday's deck, that big red deck that we played, and I really like this card, even though it really prevents us from doing more than 1 additional card. But we're going to generate 7 mana, and then we have a few closers. So we have Chandra. This can't be countered, which is good. Typically, they'll never counter this if we're playing against a counter deck. So we can just slap down Chandra. Chandra, we can +2 to give them an emblem that deals 1 damage every turn, and we can do that every turn if we wanted to. But we're really going to focus on the minus abilities, really the -3 ability. So we can -3, deal 3 damage to all non-elemental creatures, which will grow our Capridor, clear the way, and just be done with it. So that's really good. And then -X if we need to. We can just -X, deal 6 to it, and then just get in there. We have Star of Extinction. This is a fun way. If we have a Capridor in play, we can just hit for 20. The Capridor is going to prevent 20 damage, get 20 points bigger, and it's just going to make for one crazy damage or crazy attack. And then finally, we are trying a card called Sundering Stroke. This says it deals 7 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. But if we pay 7 red mana, which in thanks to Ironcrag Feat we do, it's going to instead deal 7 damage to each of those permanents or players. So what we can do is we can target our opponent, we can target one of their other permanents, and we can target one of our Capridors, or multiple Capridors if we have multiples in play, and we can deal 7 damage. So that's just really going to close this game out, because what it's going to do is they're going to take 7, Capridor's going to grow by 7, and the game's probably over at that point. So, all right, well, that is the deck. I do want to show you guys, we're playing 23 land, and I mean, this is pretty budget friendly in paper, not really too sure online. Again, a lot of wild cards are being used. If you don't count the mana base, you probably have most of these cards, but I would suggest give it a try. Let's just remember to stay tuned until the wrap up. We will talk about what we liked about this deck, what we didn't like, any kind of changes we would make. We'll talk about our wins and our losses. So let's go ahead and hop into the gameplay, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, it's time for the holiest of goats. We're fighting against Kuma. And we cannot play this hand. We can probably play this hand. Put back a Chandra. We 100% need to draw land, though. So... we can land into Capridor, into start killing your creatures. All right, have to be a land here. All right, perfect. It's a pretty good blocker too. He makes a good blocker. I just land off the top for well, a land off the top would have been really good. Oh, wow. He's just going to concede after us hitting his guy. Maybe his only removal spells were like Heartless Axe or something. But, all right. One down. Okay. It's not really the longest game interaction. Attica. Okay. Opponent goes first. We have about 1 million mana worth of spells in our hand that we cannot keep. I don't think we can keep that either. All right, well, we're definitely going to keep this. I really don't want to get rid of the Storm's Wrath, but I feel like we have to. Mono red. And we drew a Storm's Wrath. Why? Because the game likes to reward you / punishing you for mulliganing. Light up the stage. Oh no, okay. So if he kills this, we're fine. Why? Because we still have a... Still have a creature that is really hard to deal with against mono red. You would have to have a pump spell. Okay. So he has to put that on his Pyromancer. That's fine. We are going to block here. And then we are going to... You know what? I think we're going to play it safe. I think we're going to Reckless Rage. And then hit his other blocker. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So 4 there. So this comes back with counter on it. No attacks. All right, so yeah, we're waiting for him to bring it back, and then we'll board clear. And it is good that we have a God's Willing in our hand. I know he can't necessarily burn our Capridor out of the way, but we can save it from like a pump spell on one of his creatures, something along those lines. All right, well, no attacks. Sure thing. So his plan might just be the burn plan. Yep, so we're gonna get hit pretty hard here. Not pretty hard, but so he needs 3 to bring this back. Save that for next turn. So do we attack? So I don't think we can. Don't think we can, unfortunately. All right, so it's going to be all up to the top of his deck. It's all up to this. Oh, we did it. Good game. Good game. Whew. That was a close match. You know, I do apologize, everybody. I usually tell you guys in game 2 this bit of advice, but we just forgot, and it should just be etched into my brain. You know, you need to be hydrating. We played burn that last round. You know, you don't want your throat to burn. You want to make sure that you stay nice and cool. Burn those calories. So hydrate. We are going to mulligan this away. And I think we're going to keep this. We're going to get another mountain. So we're going to mull. No, I mean, we're going to keep. We're going to throw back Chandra because we don't need Chandra. And again, we're going to get a mountain. What sleeves are these? Oh, the Ajani extra life sleeves. Those are cool. Those are cool. Want to make sure we have, you know, this extra red for this Storm's Wrath. But had we known we were going to draw a mountain, I would have gotten a plains, obviously, as the... So what kind of weird Mardu deck is this? It's unfortunate that our Marauding Raptor came on that turn and not the turn before. I mean, we're not blocking. We're not dum-dums. Yeah, I think we just do it. You don't pay 4 life, that's fine. So you're taking 9 damage this turn. I'm very curious as to... Yeah, that's just hard to deal with against a creature deck. So, awesome. Awesome. I'd really like to get a game sooner than later where we actually cast an Ironcrag feat into a Star of Extinction. Or other 7-mana Sundering spell. I mean, that would be nice. Alright, well, we've got all of the removal. None of the creatures. So I think we have to keep this, right? Just make our turn a little bit fast. Alright, Raptor. Nope. Never a Raptor on turn 2. That's all we ask. Merfolk. What kind of crazy shenanigans are you playing? Oh, you're gonna hate us this turn. Probably Umori. Umori doesn't actually die to Solar Blaze. No, okay. I mean, I'm gonna do it again. This time with lifelink. Next turn for 10. So I'd really like just to draw land. Ooh. Okay. Okay. This guy this guy is a glutton for punishment. Yeah. Oh, you have to love that. Oh my god. He just had to keep doing it though. He's like, "Oh yeah, well I got two more creatures. I got three more creatures." Well, I've got the answer for that. Oh, these games are super super fast. I have a mic muted there for a second. That's weird. Oh, that's because I forgot to turn it off when the lawnscaping people were driving by on their giant lawnmower. So we have a little bit of time until they come back, hopefully. I don't have any creatures. We can keep this. So we are going to Fabled Passage for a mountain. Or get rid of the Fabled Passage. I think I like that. Get rid of the Fabled Passage. That way we can draw land. I mean, statistically, we're more likely to draw land than a different card. So, okay. I just have to make sure to draw land. So fully expect this to get some lightning strike action coming at it. I feel like we're seeing mono red lately more than anything else. Okay, into lightning strike. Oh, into shock. Sure. You did it. What an interesting deck you're playing. The question is, though, is if he attacks here, since we don't typically see mono red playing Burning Tree, do we take it or do we block? Luckily, it doesn't matter. Let's just gain a little bit of life against this red deck. But yeah, when I was building decks last night and brewing, trying to figure out what I was going to play today. All right, another deck down. We were playing against a lot of mono red. Yeah, and to really expand on the mono red thing, when you ban cards, probably because of the bannings, when you ban cards, especially cards that are more towards cheating cards into play or focused around comboing, you're going to make the aggressive deck stronger. So with that being said, you know, the two cards, Agent of Treachery and Fires of Invention, getting banned. I don't think we need... Oh my god, I just realized we are playing against the Shivan Dragon. Interesting. Oh. Alright, so now is where we want to hit a Capridor. Leyline. Oh my god, we hit one. So sick. That was a sick draw. Now we just want to go land Ironcrag Feet in any order. Oh, we got part of it. So the question is, do we attack? So if we attack everything at Nissa, I don't think he'll block with the Gilded Goose. I know he'll block with the Forest, but I don't think he's going to block with the Gilded Goose. That was a minimal risk play there. We could have killed Nissa regardless, but we were just trying to force through a little bit of extra damage. So that's awesome. Yeah, that was a really strong showing. So we're still going. GUI or GUI. GUI. We get to go first. This is a slow hand, but it lets us potentially do some fun things if we can hit all these. So we go search for a mountain. Maybe we draw a raptor off the top. That would be pretty sick. Maybe if I go one-time deck. It's not what I asked for. Vampires. Garrison Cat. This is one-drop dot deck, huh? So we're gonna see what he does. Okay. You know 100% when I do this, he's gonna quit, right? Like 100%. We're actually not going to attack. I'm very surprised that... Oh, okay, he did. He did. Okay. That's fun. Chandra. Alright, so... Let's see if we can get one more game in. These games are going so quick. I don't even know if we have 20 minutes of game time. So I'm pretty sure we're 6-0. This game is, or this deck is getting extremely lucky against our opponents. Toodles. Wow, this is a great last game. With a name like Toodles. Too many of our big payoffs in our hands. Too many big payoffs. So we will be mulliganing. I wonder if this is Winota. What do we put back? We put back the old God's Willing. Looks like Winota. Smells like Winota. Definitely Winota. Like no joke about it. So we really just have to hope they don't hit Winota, right? Let's say. Yeah, Fauna Shaman definitely says that this is Winota. So we're gonna go get another mountain. We are going to go ahead and do both of these. Gain a little bit of life, and then mute the mic because the lawnmower guy's coming back. Okay, Legion War Boss. And then I think these are going to be the exact same, so boom. Killed Winota right on time. It was good they got stuck on 3 land, so that also helps. All right. All right, everybody, welcome back to the wrap up, and we killed it with this deck. We went 7-0. We got really lucky a few games. We had a couple of good top decks. We had a couple people, just not be able to deal with things. A couple people just didn't draw land, and we just had some really good draws. I do need to let everybody know, obviously, after me playing with this deck a little bit more, you do need to aggressively mulligan into Stormwild Capridor. If your deck does not play, or if you don't have Stormwild Capridor in play, you really probably are not going to be doing anything. So be mindful of that. I would say be willing to go down to 4 or 5 cards to try to hit a Capridor. It's a lot more important to have a Capridor in play than it is a Marauding Raptor. So because you can always deal damage eventually to the flying goat, and the Raptor's really just there to enable. It's just a benefit for the goat coming into play. So the version of the deck that you're looking at now is, I think, what I would play if I were to play this deck again. So this is the version of the deck list that I will upload. So if you do want the previous version of the deck, you're just gonna have to try to pull that from the intro. So if you notice, oh, that was loud. If you notice, what we did is we pulled out we pulled out some of our 7 drops, because again, if we're not ever really wanting to get to 7 mana, and we don't really want too many of these giant payoffs sitting in our hand. I think it's better if we just try to either Star of Extinction or Chandra. So the other drop is just not good. Dealing 7 damage 3 ways and then potentially 21 damage. Yeah, it's just not good. I replaced those really with 1 extra Star of Extinction, and we added a couple of Go for Blood. Go for Blood is a card that, again, if you're aggressively mulliganing, you can cycle it away. It also lets you fight your creatures, which is non-combat damage, which will also add to the Stormwild Capridor dealing damage. Excuse me. And then we also added another Reckless Rage because we want to make sure that we're killing our opponent's creatures. So that's really where we are with this. Again, this deck's a lot of fun. It is fun just to drop a 3-mana goat and then just start killing all their creatures, and then your opponent is just frantically figuring out what they have to do to stay alive, and which is usually not a lot. They're just really gonna, just be dead. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this deck in the comments down below. Please like the deck or the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You guys, we're still growing, and it's amazing. And again, be on the lookout for that giveaway video again. That's going to be as soon as these items come back in the mail. So hopefully here in the next couple days, or very early next week. So again, just be on the lookout for that. But keep on staying safe, everybody. Crazy times for multiple reasons. Again, do want to reiterate right now, Black Lives Matter. And if you don't, if you don't agree, I'm sorry, but this channel, that is very important to this channel, and it should be to everybody in the world. So, all right, guys, stay safe. We will see you guys next time.